think it just got a whole heap easier for Newcastle against Hull, Tim Thornton.
Yeah, bad news for Hull City because they've got a red card here. Ember Carney. It was a coming together. First of all, Lascelles came through the back of Ember Carney. There was a little bit of a tangle of legs after that, then a head-to-head. It looked as though Ember Carney pushed his head towards Lascelles. The referee came marching over Neil Swarbrick. It was a yellow card for Lascelles and a red card for Ember Carney. Now remember, Hull City without Will Keane, one of their summer signings. He's out with a long-term injury, and Abel Hernandez is injured at the moment as well. So they are very, very short in the striking department. So to lose Ember Carney for Premier League games will be a hammer blow to Mike Phelan, and it's going to make it incredibly difficult for them here this evening as well. We are into 3 minutes of added time, still 0-0, but if it goes to extra time, Hull are going to have to play those extra 30 minutes with 10 men.
We're into extra time at the KCOM Stadium. Hull are taking on Newcastle United, and I believe, Tim Thornton, there have been 2 goals since we were last with you.
They have. Incredible game. Newcastle had 3 chances in quick succession. The result of that was a corner kick. They took it short, and the ball was whipped in towards the near post, flicked on, and Mo Diarmi, against his former club, poked it home to give Newcastle the lead. He didn't celebrate the goal, but at that stage you're thinking Hull are down to 10 men. They're trailing by a goal to nil. It's game over. But within seconds, up the other end of the pitch, and Hull City with an equaliser. Henriksen's shot, palmed away by the keeper, into the path of Robert Snodgrass to poke it home. 1-1, game on.
Thank you very much, Tim. OK, it's gone to a shootout between Hull and Newcastle in the EFL Cup. The first penalty has just been taken and saved. Here's Tim Thornton.
Yeah, it's been dramatic here all night, and Newcastle with the first penalty kick. John Joe Shelvey, with all his experience, stepped up for Newcastle United, and Eldin Jakupovic with the save for Hull City. So it's a chance now for Hull City to go ahead. It's going to be Robert Snodgrass to take their first penalty. He got the goal for them in extra time, their leading goal scorer, and he's tucked it in to the top corner. So it's a 1-0 Hull City lead. He punches the air in delight. Terrific penalty from Snodgrass, but he's full of confidence and gave the goalkeeper absolutely no chance there. So Hull City with the advantage here. Robert Snodgrass with the first penalty for them. Pressure very much on Newcastle's leading goal scorer. It's going to be Dwight Gale next up for Rafa's men. And he steps up, and he's missed. Dwight Gale has missed for Newcastle, so advantage very much with Hull City here. He missed a couple of chances in normal time, but he stepped up and clipped the top of the crossbar with his penalty kick. So Hull in control here, but this game has swung one way and then the other throughout the 120 minutes. Next up, it's going to be the captain of Hull City, Michael Dawson. And he's scored. Showed all his experience there, Michael Dawson. He punches the air in delight. Right in the corner. So 2 of Hull City's most experienced players, and they have both scored. So 2-0. They lead in the shootout here, do the Premier League side. And Christian Atsu is going to be next up for Newcastle. He came on as a substitute in extra time, so he'll be reasonably fresh, but he is under big pressure here to score for Newcastle. Left-footed, can he deliver? Just, he scored, but it was very close, that, for Newcastle. Just under the bar. It was down the middle. I think it just clipped the underside of the bar before going in, so that's Newcastle's first penalty. And Hull City next up, and it's going to be another experienced player for them in Tom Huddleston. Back in the side tonight for Mike Phelan's men, and a chance to hammer home the advantage here in the shootout. Huddleston, right-footed, and it's crept in. Struck it well. Goalkeeper went the right way, but couldn't quite keep it out. So 3-1. They lead in the shootout here to Hull City. 2 penalties missed for Newcastle United. Let's see who's up next for them. Yohan Gouffran is next up for Newcastle. He has to score to keep Newcastle in this. Boos from the home fans. Gouffran, he's missed. It's saved by the goalkeeper. Saved low down to his right-hand side. Yohan Gouffran has missed. The whole players are looking at each other. And now they've realised that they are through. The players celebrating with goalkeeper Jakupovic. It was a fairly comfortable save for him in the end. But a dramatic night, a night that has been costly for Hull City with Mbakani's red card. He'll now miss 3 Premier League games. But they are through to the semi-finals of the EFL Cup for the first time in their history. And it's more misery for Newcastle.
So, great drama in the shootout, and it's Hull have gone through. Tim, thank you very much indeed.